widget list component, which is receiving the list of widgets from its properties, which we're feeding it through the store over here, right? So how do we connect it? So we need to connect this component, this widgets, right, to this store. So the way we do that is through the use of the connect function, right? So what we're going to do is that instead of exporting this widget list component, what we're going to do is that we're going to instead export the a connect, right? Connect is a Redux function, right? That connects the two worlds, right? Connects the Redux world with the React world, right? And feeding the properties to whatever component you want to feed it to, right? In this case, we're feeding it to the widget list component. What the connect does is that it allows us a chance to extract all the state variables that we want and map it to the properties that we want, right? And the way we're going to map it, excuse me, is through a function called state to property mapper, which takes as argument the state that comes from the store, and we need to calculate what is that we want to extract from the state. We want to map and then map it to the right property. So we want to feed this property, and where are we going to get that from? From the state, right? So this state is coming from the store. The store provides that state, right, which contains 3 namespaces. We care about the widgets namespace. Inside of that widget namespace contains the state that is being provided by the reducer, and the reducer is returning, in the state, is returning a widgets state variable that contains an array. Right, so we want this widgets, which contains this content over here. So this is widgets.widgets. So this is the state variable inside of the namespace inside of the state. Make sense? And then we can use this mapper inside of our connect, right? And I guess we need to import connect from our React Redux. There it is. And so now we're exporting this, right? And it's being imported by our editor, right? Which is this widget list component, right? And so if we refresh, I'll notice that we still have the same widgets that we had before, but it's now grabbing the information from the reducer just to verify that indeed this is working. Let's change this to something else. Let's change that. Notice that indeed the state is changing, right? So okay, we have the reducer connected through. We have the component connected to a reducer, grabbing the state and then rendering that. Yes, but we don't want that hard-coded state. Instead, we want to grab this state from a server. So let's see how we can connect it to the server.